Hello, this is Luminousz. Welcome to the channel. All of my current subscribers. Thank you guys and gals so much for your subscription. Thank you for motivating me and keeping me passionate about keeping Luminousz channel active. As you all can see, our channel and our community is growing. So special shout out to my stars for helping to make this happen. If this is your first time, welcome to Luminousz channel. Please click that notification bell. That way, all the vlogs and videos that come out, you'll be the first to know. And of course, when I go on live, you'll be alerted. Today's video, cluster B personality types do not respect your boundaries. Please check the description box below for further details to today's video. And please like and or share the video. I want to thank everyone in advance for his or her time. Topics of discussion. Cluster B personality types identify others as pawns in property without regards to personal boundaries. Topic number 2, identifying, respecting, and valuing your boundaries are excellent methods for practicing mindfulness. Third topic of discussion, without healthy personal boundaries, positive relationships are impossible to build. The final topic are tools, references, and resources, of which you may find in the description box below. Alright, first point. Personal boundaries must be the first to go if any cluster B personality type is to be in your life. He or she does not practice or respect personal boundaries because they cannot obtain and or maintain any control within relationships with others. Okay, so the personal boundaries often are the first to go. Cluster B personality types, they don't know how to emotionally regulate. And on top of that, they don't care to really get to know anyone. They don't care for the deep connections. They lack empathy. And according to my research, it is the cluster B personality type out of all the personality disorders seems to be the most complex. Cluster B personality types consist of people who have a personality disorder that is fixed. This is often why cluster B personality types are also difficult. This is one of the reasons why the cluster B personality type is probably the most complex, because they often don't change. They are very resistant. They don't open up to different points of view. All right, so if there's anything that you disagree with them about, they're often going to try to punish you for it. Cluster B personality types often experience what we call the narcissistic rage, because they claim narcissistic injury so easily and very often. This is often because the cluster B personality type has false self-images. Yes, there's usually more than one false self-image. It ranges from being a martyr to being that of a victim who cannot seem to catch a break in life. They love to pull that victim card. So when it comes to their false self-images, if you are perceived as a threat to the false self-image, this is when they may claim narcissistic injury and they may go into the rage. This is also when the mask will slip off and you may not be prepared to see a side of them that maybe at first you didn't see. Second point, cluster B personality types often have a strong sense of entitlement and like to maintain control so as to have dominance, fuel, and plenty of narcissistic supply for as long as possible. For these individuals, to lose any narcissistic supply is to lose control, and to lose control is just cause for claiming narcissistic injury in order to rage. Cluster B personality types, they have got to have that drama. They are addicted to maintaining not only the strong sense of control, but they're also addicted to being on the prowl for narcissistic supply. People are simply used as pawns and are only good for maneuvering like game pieces on a game board at his or her will. Cluster B personality types have mastered detachment in order to see others as less than human, but his or her possessions for possibly a lifetime of narcissistic supply. Okay, so the lifetime of narcissistic supply. Narcissists and cluster B personality types, first they see you as possessions. This gives them the reason, if not the ease or the comfort of being able to demonize you or to see you as less than human or you're not human. See, this is how they can, again, possess you. So once they demonize you in order to possess you and see you as property, this is also very easy for him or her to pull shenanigans in order to possibly obtain the lifetime narcissistic supply from you. Okay, so when people don't see you as a person, when they see you or when they demonize you, it is much more easy for him or her to mistreat you. Okay, so cluster personality types, they have mastered the detachment. They have first detached from themselves. This is actually why they don't have empathy. If they have detached from themselves, then they're certainly not going to be interested in connecting to anyone else. They have made a secret vow to never love anyone anymore for any reason whatsoever. So people are seen as possessions, they are seen as pawns, and they are seen as narcissistic supply, often for a lifetime. That cluster personality types often do not change. And I don't care if we're talking about 25 to 30 years into the relationship. He or she often does not change. Next point. While you are practicing mindfulness, this keeps cluster personality types within your life in check due to your demonstrating your personal growth. Those who practice mindfulness practice self-preservation, which naturally involves respecting, valuing, and identifying his or her personal boundaries. If you are a person who respects and values their own personal boundaries, then naturally you're going to expect other people to do the same. The cluster personality type doesn't see it this way. Through trial and error, many of us who have been involved with him or her have learned this. When you practice mindfulness, that means you're practicing self-preservation. You're practicing personal boundaries. You're practicing assertion and emotional discipline. This is a narcissist repellent. When you're practicing mindfulness, this keeps the cluster personality type in your life in check. At least keeps them at bay from obtaining the narcissistic supply from you. So I'm not implying that the cluster personality type will not attempt to obtain narcissistic supply from you, because more than likely they will. However, they will be more prone to go elsewhere once you have decided to practice mindfulness. You're simply demonstrating your growth when you practice mindfulness. Next point. As long as you do not respect your personal boundaries, cluster personality types are receiving signals from you that you are primed for source supply. An endless cycle of idealization, devaluation, discard, hoover, and all while violating your personal boundaries. As long as you're not respecting your own personal boundaries, if you don't find your personal boundaries of value, right, and you don't identify those things about yourself that you may find very valuable, then the cluster personality type, they see that as a signal, meaning that you are primed for source supply. You're primed for also a successful hoover. In other words, they see that you're in a situation whereas they probably can hoover you back in. Narcissists and cluster personality types, they look for signals like this all the time. Even when you think they're not looking for it, they are. Consider their nature, consider their behavior patterns, and this will let you know that, yeah, more than likely, they are looking for these types of signals. So make sure that you respect your own personal boundaries. Find value in your personal boundaries. And more than likely, he or she, the cluster personality that is, they will have to go elsewhere. Next point, parallel realities are often a subtle, Twilight Zone-like, yet very real aspect of the dysfunctional relationship with cluster personality types. It is possible to have positive relationships with those who do not themselves practice and respect personal boundaries of others. Okay, so this can cause the parallel reality. All right, so when personal boundaries are not respected, it can influence a parallel reality. Meaning, you and the narcissist or the cluster personality type, you're both in the same relationship with one another, right? Or you think you're experiencing the same relationship, but it is as if you are in two different worlds. I mean, you might as well be in the Twilight Zone, because the parallel realities are going to be very different, like night and day. The cluster B personality type, they will continue to see themselves as good people that are treating you very well. Whereas you're the person who's experiencing the shorter end of the stick of the relationship. First of all, because you don't respect your own personal boundaries. So the narcissist and cluster B personality type, they're not going to respect them either. Okay, so the parallel reality is, again, you both are in the same relationship, but you are having very different experiences, whereas it seems like you're worlds apart. First tool, manage your expectations of cluster B personality types in your life. Effective communication by learning your communication style might become key. Silent treatments are a violation of effective communication while abusive in behavior. Become second nature to you. So that includes the mindfulness techniques and the focus and attention techniques. Okay, so I just want to suggest to my stars especially, you might want to consider going over these with your mental health care practitioner. References and resources. The references and resources are in the description box below. I'm Luminousz. I want to thank everyone for joining me today or tonight, and wherever you may be right now. I certainly hope you remember that you are also a luminous star in your own right. Continue to thrive forward, and of course, continue to share your stories. Until next time, stay tuned for more videos and stay tuned for more vlogs.